I'm Amber Nicole.
This is Jake Ellenberger.
It's Punk Ass.
And Scrape.
I'm Natasha Wicks, Molly Karam.
Chael Sonnen.
Tito Ortiz, the People's Champ. Don't forget to check out
MMA Weighin.
Navid Razi with MMA Weighin here with Johny Hendricks. We talked earlier about the Martin Kampmann fight on the Ultimate Fighter Live episode last night. Kampmann had a pretty big come from behind victory. There's been talk of you waiting for George St. Pierre or, Carlos Condit to get that title shot. What are your thoughts about that now? Because that welterweight division is kind of log-jammed right now. You came off the big knockout of John Fitch and the win over Josh Koscheck. Would you prefer to sit on the shelf that long and wait for the winner of that fight, or get in there and maybe angle for a shot against Martin Kampmann where you'd be guaranteed a title shot either way?
Well, I think I am right now. You know what I mean? Jake Ellenberger was the number. It was me or him. You know what I mean? And Kampmann did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Kampmann's a great fighter. And if UFC says I got to fight him, guess what? That's what I'm paid to do. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that it was between me and him, and Kampmann knocked him off, and I stand alone. You know? And of course I want to wait. You know what I mean? That's a big opportunity right there, you know what I'm saying? And they don't come very often, you know what I mean? And if I do take a fight, I want to make sure that we're all 100% behind that, you know what I mean? Because I've seen a lot of fighters where they get that title shot and then something happens like this, and then they take another fight and then something happens, they lose. So what I want to do is I want to sit down with my coaches for a week, think about it, and be like, hey, what, you know what I mean? Is this what we really want? Is this what's going to better me? And if it does, then that's what we're going to do.
You bring up a good point, actually, Johnny, because that has happened to a lot of guys in the past where they've taken a fight and something happens, you never know, you could lose or whatever could happen. But on the flip side of that, we've seen other guys like Rashad Evans try to wait for a title shot against John Jones. You know how that played out, where it's a 2-year thing. Does that kind of stuff creep into your mind at all, or is this all the stuff that you're going to be talking to your coaches about?
Yeah, of course you're going to be talking about this to my coaches, but you know, what I'm looking at is I've only been training this for 5 years. I'm still developing as a fighter. Each fight I'm getting better. Just think if I could have, instead of just a month to train on something that just a month of training, how good could I become with 9 months of just, all right, Johnny, you got to wait, you're going to be fighting in about 14 months, so we're going to do 9 months of just train and see how good I can get. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm still developing. You know, a lot of these guys I'm fighting have done it for 5, 10, you know what I mean, years. And I think that if I have 9 months, to just really develop as a fighter, I don't know how good I could be.
You bring up a very good point, Johnny, and I don't think anybody can knock you either way. You got some tough decisions coming up, but at the same time, it's pretty hard to pass up a potential $1 million payday and a 12-month training camp and some vacation time with your family and kids, right?
Exactly. And that's really what it boils down to. Like we said, the difference between 35 and 35 or whatever I get paid to maybe getting a title shot where you get millions. You know what I mean? And not only that, but you also get a chance to do something that nobody's done in a long time. If Condit can't do it, guess what? You know what I mean? George St. Pierre is still there, and I think I have what it takes. You know what I mean? I believe in myself, and that's really what it boils down to right now, is that I'm on cloud 9. I believe that I'm a great fighter. I believe that I'm doing everything right. Now I just got to go out there and get the opportunity, you know what I'm saying?
You make some very good points. UFC welterweight contender Johny Hendricks. We look forward to hearing what your decision is, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon whenever you make that decision.
All right, thank you so much. I can't wait.